My bartender better than yours.
And period.
Where did the mushrooms? Were they long on or something? You want to? Or not?
Yeah, so that they have.
These cars moving.
Baila, baila, baila. Salud. Yo, this is it.
Think you're fucking with? I'm the fucking boss. White on white, that's fucking Ross.
Good morning, happy Monday. As you can see, I'm all dressed. I don't know if you can see my suitcase in the back, but I'm all packed up. I'm getting ready to head out in about 45 minutes. So we all leave out on a shuttle to the airport in Cancun. So we're in Tulum, we have to get to Cancun. It's a 2-hour drive. So we're leaving out at 10. I don't fly out until 3, so I'll have a little bit of time in the airport, but that's fine. I just didn't want, I wanted to be on the shoulder with everybody. Like I don't want to ride 2 hours by myself. So it is what it is. Anyway, let me fold this hat up because I can't see. I'm having a mimosa. We're trying to drink up the champagne we had left, but I'm having a mimosa. And I thought I'd just talk to y'all really quickly before we head out to the airport. You know, the vlog that was supposed to go up yesterday, it's taking forever to upload. The Wi-Fi here isn't the best. So it'll probably go up when I get home, and then the last 2 days, like this one that I'm filming now, will go up on Tuesday. But I thought I'd give a little like wrap up of my experience in Tulum, because from the videos it looks like it was great and I had a good time, which don't get me wrong, I did. Like my friend planned such a luxurious experience for her 40th birthday. I enjoyed every minute of what she planned. Like I don't have it in me to like, I probably do have it in me, but I don't think that I would want to like do all of that. The mariachi band, the salsa lessons, the, you know, the gift box, the restaurants we went to, just the itinerary, everything was like top notch planning for a vacation. Howsoever, I probably won't ever come back to Mexico. And I've been to Mexico before, but I went to Cancun. It was a while ago, and I stayed on a resort. So every like excursion, or when we left the resort and went into the city, it was through the resort. And so, you know, we were always in like hired driving, like we had a hired like driving service, you know, so on and so forth. I will probably never ever come back to Mexico, and if I do, I will never come to Mexico and not stay in a resort. I will never come to Mexico and stay in an Airbnb. I definitely would not come to Mexico and rent a car. If I did, when I do, or if I ever do come back to Mexico, I will always use a hired car service, and I will always stay in a hotel and or a resort. Just because the police here are so wild. We got pulled over by the police because we hired cars every night because there were 13 of us, but we also had 2 rental cars, and so, you know, we were split up between the 3. In the time that we were here, we have been pulled over and shaken down for money 5 times. 5 times. I have been in the car 3 of those 5 times when it happened. And the way that they only do this to tourists, and you know, because like I said, we would have a hired car and it would be fine, and then we would come behind the hired car and we would get stopped. And then, for example, the first time I was in the car that we got pulled over, they were like, you know, they checked our license, they checked our rental car information, they looked around to try to like find, they couldn't find anything, so they ended up just letting us go. On the way back from the restaurant, I was in that same car, we got pulled over again. This time, they were like, he was like looking around, he asked for the license, he asked for the rental car, we gave him all that stuff, that was legit. And then he looked in the back seat and he was like, oh, those 2 people in the back seat don't have on a seatbelt. I'm gonna have to write you a ticket for that, or you have to pay me money right now, or whatever. So we're like, okay, like what's the fee, right? So I guess us saying, okay, like what's the fee? Because he was like, it's basically $200 American in pesos or whatever. And I think because we were so willing to give him the fee, he felt like he undershot himself. So then he was like, oh, but do you also have drugs in here? We like, dude, we don't have no fucking drugs. Like, what? We like, no, we don't have drugs. So he was like, open your purse. So he checked my purse, he checked my friend's purse or whatever, didn't find anything. So then he leaves and comes back, and then our friend, he's a guy, he was driving the car, he made him get out of the car. So he's sitting in the back of the car with his hands up while this guy is still trying to like negotiate $200 for seatbelts at this point. But if it's just about seatbelts, why you have this man outside of the car with his hands up, like in the back or whatever? So I think he ended up paying him like $60 and he let us go. But our other friends in the other car, they literally pulled all of them out of the car, had them standing on the side of the street. They were searching all this stuff. We had just left the restaurant, so we had like to-go plates. They were like pulling all their food out, like checking all of their stuff. They were trying to get 500, the equivalent of $500 US in pesos from them for like whatever reason. I think they ended up giving them like $100. So then yesterday, just the 5 of us went to the beach, and we were coming back and we got pulled over again. We missed our turn, like legit, we missed our turn. So we did like a U-turn, which we asked him, is that illegal here? He was like, no, it's not illegal, but you like did it fast, or you like you did it dangerously or whatever. And he was like, okay, or whatever. So we were at the beach. None of us had identification. So granted, he didn't have his license or whatever. And they were like, you don't have your license. So we were like, it's at the Airbnb or whatever. We could, one of the people on the trip, they speak fluent Spanish. So she was like, you know, we can have, you know, one of the people from the Airbnb bring the license here, whatever the case may be. And he just was not, but he was just like being an asshole. We were like, you know, what do you want? How much money do you want? Or whatever. Because again, he was like, I'm gonna have to write you a ticket or you have to pay right now. So we're like, what do you want? Or whatever. And again, I think it was because we were just like so willing to like give the money and be like on our way. He was trying to calculate in his head what he think he could get out of us, and we're still like, what do you want? What do you want? Because at this point, it's 10 minutes, 15 minutes. We're just sitting here, and he's just leaning in the car. He's not letting us leave. Him and my friend that speaks Spanish, they started going back and forth because she's like, we'll give you money. He's like, no, because I guess he couldn't figure out how much he wanted. You know, we're like, we'll have somebody to bring the ID. He's like, no. We're like, you know, and at the end, we started getting desperate. We were like, just follow us to the Airbnb, which probably wasn't the best idea because it freaked. We all ended up being really freaked out by the fact that he knew where we stayed, because ultimately we didn't end up giving him anything because he was on that bullshit. And I think he got scared when he got here. And, you know, once he got here, because it was him by himself, once he got here, my homeboy came up, he got his ID, he took it down to him or whatever, he gave him his ID or whatever. He was like, you can just write me a ticket because I'm not giving you money. He was like, well, that's not how we do it in Mexico. In Mexico, we have to take you down to the station, we have to take the car. He was like, okay, call somebody to come get the car. We'll all come down to the station and pick the car up and pay whatever it is that we have to pay. But we're not giving you money today because this is the 5th time that y'all have stopped us and tried to shake us down for money. We're not giving you money today. Like, it stops here or whatever. And so eventually he just gave up and left. You see what I'm saying? It's so crazy. And I'm like, you know, I'm not as well traveled as my friends or whatever. And they're like, that's just how it is. And I'm like, I don't want an experience like that. I don't give a fuck if that's just how it is. It's ways to negate that. If I can stay in a hotel, if I can stay in an Airbnb, in a resort, and, you know, take hired like car services and stuff like that to avoid this type of stuff, which you shouldn't have to do. But like, long story short, I will never ever. I don't plan on coming back. Like, I'm gonna be honest. But you know, people get married and stuff like that and they want to come. So if I ever end up having to come back, the contingency is I have to be on the resort. I'm not leaving that bitch unless it's like a car service. It was just ridiculous. It was like the most like shock to my nervous system in a very long time. And I think I said in the last vlog, I had to, you know, I owed my friend an apology because I just freaked out because it was just like the nonchalant way in which they were approaching it. And again, all of them are a lot more well-traveled than I am. They've been to so many different countries and I just haven't, right? And so I haven't had that experience. And I understand that it may be an experience in every other country, but I'm like, this is my first experience like this. So I need for you to be a little more sensitive to the fact that every time I step foot in a car, I'm getting pulled over and my shit is getting checked and I feel like I'm being harassed, you know. But you know me, like I'm very like cool or like over the top. So, oh, I forgot to put on deodorant. I'm glad I raised my hand. Or like over the top or whatever. So that's that. And then as far as the Airbnb, like I showed y'all the Airbnb in a different video. It's a beautiful Airbnb. Aesthetically, it's beautiful. It's like it is a content dream. Howsoever, the thing that I have, not just with this Airbnb specifically, but just with the Airbnbs in general, is they're never as clean for me as they need to be. Like this place is nice, but it's not clean. It's not filthy, but it wasn't clean. It just was like little things, like the pool wasn't clean. You know, it's not just the leaves that are falling off the tree in the pool. The pool wasn't clean, right? The bathrooms, like the back of the toilet, the toilet seat, like, you know, it was dirty. Like, you know, I'm very particular about that type of stuff. Like, why is the toilet seat, like, why is it like dirty? You know, they have these like extravagant showers, which I think I put in one of the vlogs. It's very pretty, beautiful gowns, but like the water, like the toilet gets completely covered with water, like just little things like that. And I'm very particular, so like this could be just an Angela thing, because my homeboys that are on the trip was like, oh my god, women are so particular, because, you know, I could have brought a group of guys here and they just would have loved it. It would have been like no notes, but a few of us was like, you know, it's beautiful, but we have notes. Like we have, you know, we have some notes. Like I'm on a patio outside of my room, there's another patio, there's no furniture. Like there are so many patios in this house that has no furniture. What's the point of having Jesus, what's the point of having these beautiful patios that I off of my room when I can't sit and relax on them? You know, just, you know, some other little things. The towels. The towels are the cheapest fucking towels I've ever seen in my life, and they smell weird. Like whoever did the laundry didn't do a good job, right? I brought my own towels because that's just very much me. I don't do that when I go to hotels, because at hotels, if I don't like the towels, I can just go down and say, oh, give me some more towels, right? But in Airbnbs, I typically will bring my own towels, and thank God I do, because the towels, as soon as the water hit them, they funky. They is funky. Everybody complain about the towels being funky. Right, so it's just like little things that I don't enjoy about Airbnbs in general, and even a big, extravagant, expensive Airbnb. Like I have the same notes that I have for, you know, any of them. So, you know, all in all, it was a great trip. Like I said, my friend did her fucking thing. Like, I really appreciate all of the effort that she put in for her own birthday. I feel like my money was well spent. I don't feel like I wasted a dime at all. But I have to be honest and say that my nervous system is shocked. And I am so ready to go home. Like, I am so ready to go home. And it has absolutely nothing to do with the people on the trip or, you know, the trip itself. I had a great time outside of that. But that just fucks my nervous system. So anyway, I wanted to tell y'all about that. I am going to grab my stuff. I'm gonna put some deodorant on, and then I'm gonna head downstairs, and I'll see y'all, I guess, at the airport. So I'm in the airport right now. We're getting ready to board in like 5 minutes. I didn't have a lot of charge on my phone. I had to find somewhere to charge my phone, and they don't have like a lot of like charging spots in this airport, so I couldn't really vlog my time in the airport. But I just stopped and got some food. Then stopped and got some snacks, and then I was just like sitting there chilling. Somebody is like literally looking dead in my face. Like, what? Oh, I need to plug my chin. But anyway, so yeah, I'm getting ready to board the flight. I'm exhausted as hell. I am so tired, so I'm probably gonna like knock out as soon as I get on the flight, and then I'll just talk to y'all when I get to the house, and we'll wrap it up then. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. And just like that, we are home and showered in an old American Apparel. Y'all, I done had this t-shirt for at least 12 years, maybe longer. And the biggest pair of drawers in my closet, in my underwear drawer. And actually, I have a bunch of pairs of them. They are literally Hanes bloomers. This is where they sit on my body, and they cover the whole booty and all. They is granny panties, okay? But I love, sometimes I just need to sleep in a good old pair of granny panties. I've been home for, I don't know, I've been home, you know, at least maybe a little bit over an hour, long enough to take a shower. I haven't unpacked. That's tomorrow's, unpacking is tomorrow's problem. I need to do some laundry. That's tomorrow's problem. Eating food is tomorrow's problem. Dinner is the M&Ms I bought in the airport in Mexico. All of that is tomorrow's problem. I just got out the shower. I ain't put no oil on my body. I do not care. I'm closing this vlog and I'm climbing in my bed. And that's the last you will hear from me tonight. Okay, I am exhausted, but I'm so grateful. I literally just was like saying a prayer in the shower, just thanking God for his traveling mercy and his graces, and that I feel really rested. I feel like the trip went by fast, but that's always, but I do feel really rested. I had a great time. Like I said in the previous clip, my friend Tiffany and her best friend planned everything. And when I tell you, they just, I mean, y'all saw the clips. I mean, it was just an experience. And, bullshit aside with the police, right? Because that is not a controllable. That's not something that we can control, right? And so for a minute, I, let my emotions overtake me and almost ruin my trip. But I kind of popped back in that because I'm trying to not be that person. Not for just for other people, right? Because you don't want to ruin other people's experience, but just for myself too. It's a blip in the entire weekend, and we can only do what we can do. And luckily I was in a group of people that didn't get annoyed and agitated and aggravated and just like completely shut down on the dramatics or whatever. They kind of called us in or called me in and was like, you're gonna be fine, tighten up. We got you. We good. We all gonna leave here together good. Like nothing's gonna happen to you. And I was able to kind of snap out of that and just like enjoy the weekend. And so again, I really appreciate my friend for it. It was her birthday, and to put together an experience like that for everybody was dope, 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 dope. Again, it's fuck the police everywhere. Everywhere. Okay. All day, every day. Anyway, so just wanted to come and wrap up the vlog. I'm gonna eat the rest of them M&Ms. I'm gonna climb in the bed. Thank y'all for coming along on this trip with me. God said the same. There will be many more in the next coming year and years to follow. And hopefully y'all will be on that journey. Girl, they dog bark all day. Bark, 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 bark. And hopefully y'all will still be around to come along with me. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching the vlogs over the last 5 days or so. And I will talk to y'all in our next regular, smegula, degula, begula vlog. Make sure y'all follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I'm about to start, making cute little TikToks and reels with all of the footage that I got. So y'all won't miss that either. Period. Love y'all. Thank you. Bye.